Well, hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our show tonight. I am so pumped to be here. Christmas has just passed, but we've got New Year's coming up. I've got some folks who are going to be celebrating birthdays coming up in the first part of the new year, and just excited to be here tonight. Tonight, we're just really going to talk a little bit about the channel, talk about what we've done here in 2021, and really just thank you all for the part that you've played in helping us achieve the milestones that we have. We're going to review some of the channel and answer questions. We are always here to answer questions. If you're new to the channel, I'm Dr. Dwayne Wood. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. And here we help you understand your body so that you can take charge of your health, avoid complication, and live healthy, fulfilling lives. If you're new, go ahead and put new in the chat. We would love to welcome you to our neighborhood, to our group, to our family. If you have questions, go ahead and put those in the chat as well and put a Q in front of them. Now tonight, like I said, we're really just coming to talk with you and thank you and show you some things about the channel. But we can answer questions, right? We're always willing to answer questions. So thank you. So let's see who we got out there. So Kirk, thank you, man. He says you're looking good. I really appreciate that. Thanks. I'm glad that you're able to be with us tonight. Kirk actually has a show at the same time as ours, and usually I hop off of our show at the end and join him in what he calls his after party. So glad that you're able to be with us tonight. So thank you for coming by. This has been an amazing year, not just for the channel, but in our personal lives. We've done some amazing things in our practice. My son is growing. We're about to get into those teen years. And now, if anybody has some guidance, some books, something out there to help me out, I would love to get those. But family is doing well, practice is doing well. But we are amazed at what has happened in terms of the channel and in terms of our connection with you. And so that's what we're going to go ahead and we're going to share here tonight. Hi, Maria. Maria's here. She says, hello, everybody. Good evening. And we're just going to jump right into it. And what spurred this was I got an email some time ago, and I got an email. It was from YouTube, and they were just kind of giving us statistics and giving us some numbers. And I thought, what a good way to really end the year out. At our last show, we talked about thanking you and moving into the new year. But here you can actually see some of the things that you have been a part of helping with. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to pop over here and show you my screen. And this is the email that I got, right? So 2021, Dwayne Wood, MD, cheers for having such loving fans. And here's our snapshot for 2021, right? And so we had 65.7 thousand watched minutes, right, over the course of this past year, and 15.9 thousand views. Now, I'll tell you something, and I'm gonna tell about myself, right? I'm gonna tell on me. So when I first started doing the channel, we were doing some pre-recorded videos, and we'll go back and talk about that in a minute. And I remember one of the videos we got, I don't know, maybe 500 views on it, and I was like, man, I wanted to get 1,000. I wanted to get 15,000. I wanted to, go viral. And then somebody said to me, hey man, when was the last time you had 500 people show up for something you were talking about? And I said, that is a very good point, right? So I am so pumped for all the things that we've had. So I'm going to pop over to one of these other screens and let's take a look at the channel itself. This is what we look like. And if we go way back, I'm going to pop up one of these, and this is this is what I looked like, right? So back in the day, as it were, and so we were doing these static videos, and we were enjoying them and still are enjoying them. So stay tuned, because some of those are coming, right? Some of those are coming back. because we've just been doing lives for the last several months. But pre-diabetes, avoiding getting diabetes, right? So that's what our background looks like. That's what I look like. And we were talking there about how to not get diabetes. So good information. And one of the things that I was excited about was we did a conference where we were sharing about how to succeed with diabetes. And you'll see a theme here in these first couple of videos that we look at, because diabetes is such a big deal, right? We've talked about it. 34.2 million people in the U.S., almost a half a billion, 463 million to be exact, 473 now. To be exact, million people around the world who are suffering, living with, having complications from diabetes. And there's another vast number that are pre-diabetic who don't know that they're diabetic. And so diabetes, as we go through the channel, it will be one of those things that we continue to come back to because it's such a big deal. Right. So we talked about diabetes. We talked about preventing getting to diabetes. We did the conference, and I'm going to skip over this one video that my thing is on because we're going to come back to talk about that in a minute. And then we had some pretty exciting guests. We had Dr. Nita Dang early on, and she was talking about thyroid cancer. And I actually had a patient who had seen us years ago, who had been lost to follow-up, and other things happened, and she saw the video and came back in because she said, well, hey, I need to go ahead and get checked. So we're going to be doing in the month of January, which is Diabetes Awareness Month, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about diabetes as well. And then, coming forward along, we started doing the lives. And you guys who are here listening right now, those of you who've come on, those of you who've asked questions, you've kind of seen some of this. We talked about flu a couple of weeks ago and what that meant. And we had such a good time talking about it because in the midst of COVID-19, right, everybody is kind of tired. We've heard, oh my God, put on the mask and get vaccinated and so on, and wash your hands and socially distance. And flu kind of got almost left by the side, if you will. And so we wanted to go ahead to talk about that because December is Flu Awareness Month. And so we wanted to highlight that. And then last week, I was so pumped, right? Because one of my favorite guests was on. And that was the other Dr. Wood, my beautiful wife. And so she spent some time talking with us. And I had somebody say to me, she sounds like a psychologist, right? Because what my wife does, she does weight management. And as we talk about weight and diabetes and some of those, what we call the lifestyle diseases, there is a huge component, folks, on, there's a huge psychological component. Why are we doing this? What are the barriers, right? Sometimes we talk about doing things, but we don't talk about, well, what's stopping me from doing those things? I have patients who are heads of companies and they're engineers and they supervise hundreds of people below them, but yet managing their diabetes and weight continues to elude them. And the question is why? It's not that they're not smart people. I mean, these are some of the most brilliant people I know, right? And so the question is, how do we help? Well, let me back up and let me tell you a thought that I've been having, and a thought, and when I say having, not recently, but a thought about how we manage some of the diseases that we are dealing with, right? So here's the thought. When someone comes to see me, they come to see me kind of like a mechanic, right? So you take your car in and you say, hey man, my alternator is bad, my whatever is bad. Can you fix it? And it is very rare that the mechanic, sometimes he does this to me, the mechanic says, man, what have you been doing to your car? That spanking on the hand. But I think in our diabetes management, in our weight management, in our management of those lifestyle diseases, that's what we've been doing. Someone comes, they bring their broken disease. They bring their broken body, their broken thought processes to us. And rather than saying, hey, what do we need to do to help get beyond this point, we almost kind of take their hand and we smack it, right? And so this concept of coaching beyond the disease, of helping you understand your body so that you can take charge of your health, avoid complications, and live healthy, fulfilling lives. That's what we want to do, right? And that's what we are doing here on this channel. That's what we want. That's the community that we're trying to build, so that this is a safe space for people to come and ask questions. I was telling someone just, this past weekend, yesterday or day before, that as a physician, when I walk into the room, it's the rare patient. Let me say that again. It's the rare patient that used to ask questions. So we'd go through, hey, we're going to do this, and this. And they may say, hey, let's try this. But to have a conversation, right? We've been taught that, you got to listen to everything that the doctor says. Now, as a physician, I want my patients to value my opinion. That's why they come to me. Okay? But folks, remember, it is always a collaboration, right? Because when you walk out of the door after we've had the visit, you're at home. I'm at my house. You're at your house. And if there's not that collaboration, right, as soon as you walk out the door, then you've gone back to something as well. I don't care, that crazy stuff that Dr. Wood said. I'm not doing that, right? So that's why it has to be a collaboration. And so helping you to understand so that you can then make decisions out there in real life, right? Because the things that we talk about in the room, sometimes they don't fit real life. Right? Because mom is in the hospital, dad is ill, son is giving some issues, you're ill, right? You're working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, whatever it is. And we've got to find a way to help what we're doing fit into your life, right? So that's part of what this channel does. And so I was so excited that my wife was able to come on last week and to spend some time with us and give us some information, because that information transcends the disease, right? So all of that information that we talked about last week about what are the gifts that we give ourselves, the gift of consistency, of love, right? All of those things, of self-care, right? That's a huge one. The gift of forgiveness, right? That's wow. So if we don't take care of those things, then the disease processes sometimes get lost. Okay, so let's see who else is out here. Let's see. We've got Guapka. Please, I think I just butchered the name. So please give me a phonetic pronunciation of that. Let's see. Kirk says, such a great practice review. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Only real way to grow. So sure. And then Mirel says, I'm not sure what, Mirel, if you can put that in the chat again. I'm not sure what your comment is there. And then we got the blind guy, his wife, their lives, who are on with us. Good day to everyone. Episodes with your wife was a good one. Yes, I loved that one. So excited that she's here, and I'm trying to get her to come back. Okay, so if you guys see her out there in social media on her, just say, hey, come on back and hang out with Dr. Wood. All right, so very good. So then let's pop back over here. So in addition to our channel, and let me pop that up. Okay, and let's back up here for a minute. So 495 subscribers. For me, that is huge, right? So 495 people that are out there who are saying, okay, this channel is giving them some value. Okay, so love that they're doing that. And then, of course, all of our guests who have been on, I think we've had a lot of comments. I should say, I think I've had a lot of people who have sent information saying, hey, can we get Richard and his son back on, right? So remember we did that one cooking with father and son. We did that vegan macaroni. So that was excited to see. He is coming back. We've already arranged that. And you guys will see some new things from him and some new episodes that we'll have that are featuring father and son. And then we had one of my favorite episodes with a guest was Dr. Man Dang, who is an oncologist. And his question, the question that we answered there is, what is the role of faith and hope in medicine? What's the role of faith and hope in medicine? All the things that we talk about is helped. All of them. They are all helped when there is faith, when there's hope. The people who do the best are those who can reach out of themselves to something greater than themselves. Those people who have a community around them, right, that supports them. Dr. Dang tells the story of a patient that he has or had who was diagnosed with cancer, who they treated and started to get better. She went into remission, and then the cancer came back. And she had been writing letters to her daughter so that when her daughter got old enough that she would be able to understand who mommy was and what mommy went through. And so just hearing that story was so touching. And one of the things that he says, right, is that the thing that helps him get through the process is his faith. And so what is the role of faith and hope in medicine? We forget about that sometimes. And whatever your faith is, right, there's that thing that's beyond us, the thing that's greater than us, that pulls us to a better place, that pulls us along, that says, hey, hang in there, one more day, one more moment, right? And life is so beautiful. So I was excited to spend some time talking with him. And then we had recently cancer survivor Paula Akins and her husband, who were on, sharing with us her story about cancer survival. And we did that in October, which was cancer survival or breast cancer awareness month. So we thank them for being on. And once again, they are also going to be on. And not only are they going to be sharing about her story, so kind of an update and what's going on, but they're also going to be doing some things with us in terms of food and health, right? So very, very important. And then, guys, we continue to talk about, let me pop over here for a minute. If you've not already done so, right, remember all of our social media platforms, LinkedIn, TikTok, of course, here, 7 o'clock on Mondays, Twitter, and then to support our channel, we would love for you guys to head over to Buy Me a Coffee. Exciting content that we do every week. Of course, our lives on Fridays at 10 o'clock, we put out our TikToks. And then on every day at 9 o'clock, our Twitter feed comes out. So let's go ahead and let's hop over to some of those right now. I'm going to go to the Twitter one. And we put out 259 different tweets there. And so these tweets have to do everything from, here's a neck strengthening exercise, right, that we talk about there. We've got, more action, create constant prosperity, right? So moving, right? One of the things that I think it was Doc Rock, if you guys don't know him, get over to his channel. Very, very smart guy. And I think he did a video at the beginning of this month, and the question was, is it better to suck or to be stuck? Let me say that again. Is it better to suck or to be stuck? And a lot of times, we go through life, and once again, we're talking about, one of the things that I love about what I do is that the concepts that I talk about can be applied to so many different areas of our lives, right? So the question is it better to suck or to be stuck? That is it better to not try something and be stuck where you are, or to try it and maybe fail and suck at it, but at least you tried it and then you can move on, okay? I love that. Right. So that goes back to, I think it was Roosevelt who had the man in the ring quote, where everybody is complaining about the people that are in the ring fighting, right? But at least the guy is in the ring fighting. I love it. I love it. Right. The guy's in the ring fighting. He's getting bloodied. He's getting beaten up. He may even lose, but he's doing something and he's fighting. And so in our lives, the question is, what are we doing? Are we moving forward? Are we allowing our history? Are we allowing fear of the future? Are we allowing circumstances to keep us stuck in a position, or are we doing things? One of my favorite stories is they tell of a professor who, I think he had a class, and he divided the class into two groups. And one group was given an assignment, and the assignment was to research a project and come up with a final product, right? That's the assignment. Go ahead and research it, and you get one chance to come up with the final product. And then the other guys in the other half of the class had to give multiple iterations of their project. And at the end, the question is, who had the better project? Who do you think had the better project? The guys who are over here researching, reading, and then come up with one project, or the guys over here who are doing over and over and over? Yeah, these guys, right? Because iteration helps you to improve, right? Hey, I didn't do that right this time. Let me try it this way. Let me try that one. Oh, I didn't like how that one worked. Let me do this. Okay. And if you do that consistently, then wow, amazing. So anyway, so on our Twitter feed, you will see those types of things. So inspiration, we've got some recipes, and I think there was a recipe of some glazed carrots or something. Let me see if I can find that. Is this it? Yeah, there you go. Right, butter glazed rainbow carrots. Doesn't that look good? Right? Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna have to eat something when I get off here. And so we've got that. We've got the recipes. So every morning. So if you are looking for a place to get some inspiration, once again, we don't just do the recipes, but we do different tips on various issues. And then, of course, our TikTok. And so here's one. This is one where I ate the mango, and we gave you the benefits of eating mango, right? Many of you didn't know there were benefits to mango, did you? I forgot where we were when we did that. I think were we in Florida? Anyway, somewhere. We talk about reading food labels, right? So, and these are 1 minute, 60 seconds, right? And so we thank you all for coming out and watching and kind of participating with us there. And then, of course, Dr. Dwayne Wood, MD, buy me a coffee. If you'd like to support our platform, support what we're doing, help us to grow, you will, if you keep an eye on this page, you'll see a lot more content coming there with some opportunities for you to get more involved with us. Okay, so thank you for that. All right, so let's pop back up over here and let's go back to this guy, right? So 65.7 thousand watch minutes, 15.9 thousand total views, and this guy right here was our biggest views, right? So he had over 6,000 views on this one, right? We had people from places, of course, United States. We've got India, Philippines. Our biggest month was back in May. Okay, so we're excited about that. And then, right, thank you for 863 likes, 102 comments, and your support for this year. I mean, this has just been an amazing year for us. So thank you for all of your participation. Let's see. So that's what we wanted to do tonight, guys, to just come on and let you know, what's been happening in the channel, what's out there from us. Let me get this off so you can actually see me. Here you go. What's out there from us, and give you some of our thoughts and the things that we're talking about, just as we are kind of reviewing this, right? Those are things that we can have conversations about. We can have shows about. Hoping to get some folks on who will be able to expound on some of the things that we even mentioned tonight. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Kirk is saying that Muriel is a bot. Okay. All right. And then Maria saying hi to everyone. Say, we're here together again, one last time for 2021. That's right. Glad that you are here. And then he says, help us with the bots, please. Please, Kirk. All right. So, guys, I guess I want to say this, and that was the whole point of this, that we could not do what we do without you and without your involvement. We're so glad when we see you on. And when you're on, I get pumped, right? Because I know you're out there when you're asking questions, when you send comments in, that gets me excited, right? Because I know that you're there. And keep an eye out for new content in the new year. We got some new things that we are planning to do, some new formats, and just keep an ear out, right? So thank you for being here. So Jay says, hello, everyone watching from the Philippines. That's right. So excited that you guys are there and watching again. Okay. So with that said, here's my thought for today. It is so easy to get stuck in whatever you do, in your career, in your family, in parenting, in your marriage. So easy to get stuck. And sometimes we get stuck because we think back to a failure that we've had and we don't want to repeat that. And we project into the future what that would feel like, what that would be like, all of the negatives that come along with that failure. Sometimes there's some pain associated with what we're planning to do or what we want to do. One of my favorite singers and favorite speakers once said, it was actually at my graduation, Wintley Phipps, and he says, I want you to dream the dream that God is dreaming about you. Can you imagine that? If our vision, if our hope, if our thoughts could be that big. So don't get stuck. If you need help, find someone to help you. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to talk, find somebody to talk to. Someone that helps you get beyond this place. Join us next week. We're going to be talking about how to set big goals for 2022. How to set big goals for 2022. This is Dr. Dwayne Wood from Diabetes and Endocrine Wellness Center and The Light Away, educating the public for a better you. Thank you guys for being here. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. We will see you in the new year and on the next video. Thanks so much. Let's get some music. Let's get on out of here.